Back with Fast Is Sasquatch. Oh my goodness, having a little trouble with my setup today. Apologies while I just fix this a little bit. So, oh my gosh, just made it worse. Okay, we're gonna have to put this on hold for a second because I have a 3-year-old, and you never know. Oh my goodness, she just totally destroyed this whole thing. I have no idea what's going on. Okay, one momento, por favor. Let me just do this in the meantime. That won't even stand up. So, as I'm fixing my very interesting problem, what's been going on? Oh, so I have some kind of news. I hope people aren't offended by this. So I'm going to go out and do, tomorrow I'm going to Ohio, and I'm going to be speaking at the Gathering of the Juggalos with the Insane Clown Posse. So I met these guys, they put me on their show. They're actually coming on an expedition with me in September, believe it or not. The clown guys wearing clown makeup are coming on an expedition out into the wilderness. So I found them after meeting them and learning about them. I found them to be really like city survivors, I guess you might call them. It looks like we're straight, everything but my hat. And I feel like, to be honest, the seminar isn't, I mean, I'm not going out there, it's not a Bigfoot seminar. It's called the Gathering of the Juggalos. It's a rock festival. And why would you have me speak at that? Well, these are people that are disconnected. A lot of them, I think the majority of them, are probably very disconnected from wilderness and what my seminar is going to be about. Of course, a little bit about Sasquatch, but Sasquatch, whom are my teachers, are interested in having humanity reconnect to nature. So that's why they interact with me. That's why I feel they interact with a great majority of people that I'm cooperating with at this point. And I know they love nature. They absolutely treasure nature. Nature is their home. They live and bask in that beautiful energy of it. And if you have a passion about something, wouldn't you love to teach it? Just because you love it, just because you want it out there, just because you want to share that beauty and that love with everybody. You know, the berries are out there in abundance. Show people about berries, you know, how to survive, the plants, the animals, all the beauty of nature. Ignorance of it, you know, creates, what's that sound? Oh, it's a squirrel. What's that sound over there? It's a crow. What's the crow squawking about, you know? Why is the squirrel chirping this way? What's that over there? What are these, you know, all these ignorance of wolves, ignorance of the reality of so many of the species that exist in nature is, you know, we fear what we don't understand. And so I'm going to do what I can to try to connect individuals with nature and potentially with Sasquatch, who are my teachers. So that'll be my seminar. Sounds interesting, doesn't it? So let's see if we can do some questions today. Hello from Pennsylvania. I need to dim my light because it's really bright. Just totally not. There we go. Oh, it's much better. Not bright light in my eyes. So, and we got Andy saying boom. The Sasquatch call themselves to boom, if you are unaware of that. Hi, Todd from Erie, Ontario. Good day, sir. Love Ontario. Love the Gigolos. That's so cool. And this is from Sandra Tassia. That's cool. That's there. We're talking ICP. There you go. Clay's Carvings. ICP, man. Hi from Prince Edward Island. Hello, Prince Edward. I'm sending greetings via chat, Mindspeak. Well, if you're in Ohio, look up the Gathering of the Juggalos. And if you just want to come out and see my seminar, you can meet me. I'll be signing autographs and handing out posters and teaching people about how beautiful nature is and how to reconnect it and walk around barefoot in the grass. And even helping. I know that a lot of people, so many people have, you know, they give kids Ritalin because they won't slow down, and people have anxiety and all these depressions and things. And I'm a powerful proponent of the majority of people that have these issues are just disconnected from the natural world so much that it's messing them up badly. In case you're unaware, most species cannot be domesticated. Russians tried to domesticate moose, never happened. Zebras have never been domesticated. Most species, it's rare you can domesticate a species. And I think it's that way with a lot of people. A lot of people aren't domesticated properly. They feel that wildness in them. And these feelings that you get that translate to anxiety are survival instincts. Depression that you're suffering from is because you're disconnected from the natural world, and that's your design. We are not that far removed from nature, ladies and gentlemen. It wasn't very long ago, man. We were hunting and we were surviving. Here even in North America, man, the natives saved our ass. That's why we celebrate Thanksgiving, because we had to learn to better connect with nature in hunting and survival, and even cottage life. I mean, you understand, people built log cabins. But that's still, man, that's nature. Somebody does that today. You go out in the woods, man, you build log cabins, you grow a garden, you have agriculture, like you hunt. That's still that's really connected. And that wasn't a very long time ago. And we don't have that anymore. All the amazing things that just even cottage life and farm life produced for us has been taken away, and it's hard on you. Hi, Todd. Hope you're well and in good health. I am in good health. I'm sorry I got this cold again, but whatever. Hi, Todd. Les Stroud has finally come around because of you. Todd, will you ever collaborate again? I always talk with Survivor Man, so he'll always be just a powerful figure in my life, and I'm very grateful for him and what he brings to wilderness and survival and outdoor connectivity. Never mind just Sasquatch. So, what's my favorite ICP song? I'm not a big ICP fan. I just really respect what they do. So there's that, I can't remember the name of the song, but there's one on YouTube where they bring their children in and talk about connecting and people cooperating and nonviolence, and I like that one. Humboldt County, California. Good day, sir. Thank you for tuning in. Todd, when can you tell us about how you captured the video of Bigfoot running uphill? I talk about that a lot. So video 3 was masterfully planned by my friend and mentor from Great Falls, Montana. And it was so Michael is his name. He's a biologist. He scared out the day watcher. The day watcher was supposed to run back and cross the creek that's in front of us, and we were supposed to be there waiting for him. That Sasquatch literally ran 4 times further than we did. So let's say we ran a kilometer approximately. The Sasquatch ran 4. We ran it through open terrain. He ran through dense bush, and he literally beat us to that point. And you better be impressed with that, because I am no slacker. I can give her, boy. I can move, especially back then, man. I was in top physical shape. I was ready to run that gauntlet. And that Sasquatch was there. So, and that's where we caught the footage of him. Remember, when you see that Sasquatch in video 3 running faster than the fastest man on the planet, and it's a 9-foot tall bipedal individual, there's no actors, there's no man that's 9 foot tall, and you put stilts on, you're not running faster than the fastest man in the world. But he did that after he'd ran 4K through dense bush. He should have been freaking exhausted. Like, I don't know if you can understand this, but you run 4K, even a bear runs that, he's not going to be able to move at top speed after. You cannot. You're burnt out. The Sasquatch was there breathing. I could see his lungs like that, and then he just blasted up that hill faster than any human being can run. It doesn't even surprise me now that I've learned so much about them. Wave from Bear Paws. Hello, Bear Paws. Hello, Darla. Thanks for tuning in. Hi, Todd from Georgia Mountains. Are Sasquatch babies born in all seasons or not? Joseph, I'm gonna speculate that. Gosh, that's a tough question. Because in nature, all animals, like you can look at any elk, deer, bear, anything. You know how if it's 2 or 3 years old, you know it's 2.5 or 3.5, because you know it was born in the spring. Everything is born in the spring because babies have to grow strong to survive the winters. I think the Sasquatch are smart enough to know this. However, it doesn't fit with any known primate species or hominid, which is what we are. The Sasquatch and human beings are hominid, but we're primates. Gorillas and chimpanzees breed anytime. Same with orangutans. They breed anytime because they live in tropical climates. So human beings breed anytime. And they give, in case you aren't aware of this, just as an example, here in Calgary where I live, they give the gorillas human birth control pills, the females, every day in human cycles. That's how identical. You should be shocked to learn that. Like horses, dogs, animals all have heat cycles. Human beings do not. Women have monthly heat cycles, in case you're completely unaware of this, which would be shocking to me. Learn about it, because that's the cycle. So theoretically, they could have babies anytime. But having a baby in, that's born in December, bad. So the more I think about it, the more I think they would be smart enough to time it. So, um, yeah, I'd like to ask other people questions, but anyways, that's just my perspective. So that's what my heart tells me, because they're so intelligent, they're so amazing, and they live based on survival of the fittest, ladies and gentlemen. That law applies to them. If a baby's born, it's not tough enough to survive the winter, it doesn't survive, and that can happen. That's going to happen. If they make mistakes, if they don't adhere to rules, they die. Like, it's survival of the fittest out here. A bear, so there's just a lot of things that can go wrong. It is wilderness, and they have to survive in that. So please subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Andy. Access to we have over 280 videos. Wow. Discovering Bigfoot website, that's fantastic. Discoveringbigfoot.org is my website. Hey Todd, hope everything is going awesome. When will you be releasing new Sasquatch video? Probably in the next couple months. So I'm home from an amazing expedition. Oh my God, what an amazing expedition, guys. Woo! I'll actually talk about some stuff. So 8-year-old Sasquatch came around and was interacting and teaching me lessons. Man, it was impressive. So he literally proved me wrong. He he outmatured me. He was just so amazing. And this young Sasquatch just schooled me, showed me how patient he is, his calm and serenity, showed me how brave he was. I mean, I literally sat down with the expeditioners upset because he wasn't this young Sasquatch. I didn't know at the time. I wasn't sure it was just one 8-year-old. And that's the way I think it actually is. I feel it was likely just one 8-year-old coming around. Man, that kid was patient. And as crazy as it sounds, that's my 8-year-old new teacher. This is a being that is born and raised in brilliant nature. At 8 years old, is capable of things no human will ever be able to do. His connectivity to the earth, his understanding, his survival DNA, IQ, what he's born and raised and attached with, is gonna be greater than anything any human being in my time will ever be able to understand. So, as crazy as that sounds, I have an 8-year-old Sasquatch teacher that schooled me, and there'll be some Sasquatch Sunday videos coming up about that. So, Brian, maintenance worker, hello, Brian. So, thank you so much for tuning in today, Brian. I'm going to Nia Bay. I'm going to Nia Bay every year. You can mark it. Brian, I would like to pre-order some elk, please. And that's about it. Your smoked salmon is amazing. Um, I loved it. It was brilliant. And your deer was amazing. Brian came out and brought deer steaks that were just outstanding, delicious. People loved them. We had a big pile of deer steaks at Larry and Analia's place. Wonderful, wonderful people. Larry and Analia on Instagram. Amazing, fantastic people that introduced me to Nia Bay. And I've made new, incredible friends. I hope you're chief very soon, Brian. Respect, brother. Todd, can you tell us how you captured the Bigfoot video? Oh, I did that one. So I talked about that. Hey, Todd. Hi from Texas. Hello, Texas. Texans just did an expedition last month. They did amazing. Hi, Todd. Jordan Pete from Numa, Iska, Alaska. I've been really curious about Bigfoot since my mom, her husband, and niece saw one and got some pics a couple years ago. Been wanting to see it once. What we would love to hear about the story, Jordan. We'd love to see some of those pictures. What we're really about, Jordan, in case you're new here. I mean, congratulations, that's amazing. We're about the discovery process moving forward. I just got to collaborate. I just met so many amazing people this year. So many more amazing people coming out. So many amazing people returning. So much growth happening in this specific cooperation. And if you have amazing story that we can learn something from, and you have pictures, you know, if it's about money or something, I don't know. That's not really an interest to me. I did not make, and I will never make anything monetary from the Discovering Bigfoot movie. It costs way more than I could ever hope to have returns on it. And that's not the point of it. The point is to help the discovery of Bigfoot move forward. And for that purpose, it's most assuredly doing its job, and I'm very grateful for that. But anyways, go to bigfootencounter@gmail.com. That's the email address, bigfootencounter@gmail.com, and send us an email. We'd love to hear about what's happened. Hello from outside Seattle. Seattle's amazing. Elusive One. Um, and all around the Seattle area is totally fantastic. Oh, hello from Quartertown, Pennsylvania. Hello again, Pennsylvania. That's awesome, Todd. Getting in touch with the lost inside Juggalo. Hope you get in their minds, and I will. I'll win over some people, so help some people connect back to nature, and so that's part of cooperation and meeting people that take you out of your comfort zone. And these guys definitely do that. But it's not taking me out of my comfort zone uh, in a bad way where I'm doing something that I feel uncomfortable with. I think these guys are practicing and preaching great things within their environment, trying to make their world a better place as best they can, and I really admire that. Hello from Australia, mate. I just went out with an Australian, my friend Andy Bond. Oh, sorry, Adam Bond. He's just on his way home to Australia. We had an incredible expedition. He knows all about what happened with that 8-inch track. So fantastic. Anything going on in Edmonton? Well, Edmonton is, I know for a fact that towards Jasper into Hinton, there's amazing stuff, and then south into Nordegg. So, but specifically in the city of Edmonton, no. Hello, Todd. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Keith. You can't ever domesticate most UK teens, right? Maybe they need some wilderness, right, to get them back on track. Thank you for that, Rod. What do you know about Bigfoot in Alaska? Um, hmm, I see a lot of similarities in the behavior with the tree breaks, with the structures. They're big. The biggest bears are in Alaska. The biggest Sasquatch are in Alaska. And hmm, what we should be noticing in the ecology as you go north up into Alaska, there should be more spacing, bigger individuals, but less hostile and violent. And that's not universal though. And what I'm noting is people mess with the Sasquatch up in Alaska and they react powerfully and they are strongly um, adversarial with people, even violent. So that cannery, as an example, there was a cannery that tried to open up there. And apparently, someone messed with the Sasquatch, and they bumped back, and that cannery's gone because you don't mess with Sasquatch up there. There's a wildness in Alaska that is very dominating, and so. But with that being said, I know lots of people that are having good success with positivity and a good relationship with Sasquatch. So with Sasquatch though, guys, I think it just you get what you give. You go adversarial with them. I think here in these habitats I'm working in, you go adversarial with them and they just bail out, they leave. You go adversarial with the Sasquatch in Alaska, I think they stand their ground and respect for that. So that's what I've heard. But I haven't been there yet, and I'd love to go. I'd go to Alaska in 2 seconds if they let me bring the moose meat back to Canada, because I would come home with some moose, because I want some moose meat. I would take. I would take. So this is from a name I can't read. Rocco's last name. I would take generators to domesticate any animal. Oh, it would take generations to domesticate any animal that alone, any wild animal that wasn't domesticated from their ancestors. And that's totally correct. It does. It takes generations. And it still fails sometimes, dude. Again, I know for a fact that in the late 1800s they started domesticating moose, and they did generation after generation, and they just ended up failing. Like they never succeeded after generations of failure. So, and that it's like that with a lot of species. So 87 people on here, hit the like button. If you're liking the show, hit the like button. Absolutely, thank you for that. Have you heard about sightings in Cape Breton? Yes, I have, but it's very sporadic, and I have heard about sightings there. I just can't think off the top of my head. I should be more responsible and start sharing that stuff. Mike says Bigfoot is very real. I completely agree with you. They are very, very real. Please hit the thumbs up. Thank you, Andy. Andy, you're so awesome. Thanks for all your help. I really appreciate it. Some say they're hominoid creatures 30 stories tall. Yeah, I find that too far fetched for me. 30 stories? I had trouble believing the, what was it like? I think 15-foot Sasquatch that Randy Brisson told me about. But yeah, Randy Brisson has been spot on with so many things and he's schooled me so many times. So if Randy Brisson says they're 15-foot Sasquatch, there's a good possibility, even with me saying hell no, there's a good possibility he's right because that dude knows his stuff and much respect to him. What, Todd, what music do you like? I like heavier riffs. Um, Metallica, Ozzy Osbourne, Five Finger Death Punch kind of stuff, but I've got some new influences in my life. Paul, what's Dragonfly Lullaby? Paul Isaac, I think is his name. And then Nako and Medicine for the People has some brilliant stuff. So just with this new influence here and there in my life, and nicer music. So, but I like for my movie, I like the harder riffs and stuff. Do you listen to Joe Rogan podcast on Sasquatch? I haven't listened to a full one, but I know he talked about Survivor Man. I know he talked with Jeff Meldrum, and I will be going on the Joe Rogan podcast soon. I believe that Sasquatch live underground. What do you think? In different areas, they're going to do different things. I think that would be quite plausible in like Florida. So, and there are caves in Canada that thousands and thousands of miles of underground caves that are opening up as the glaciers melt from inside the mountains every year. Hundreds of thousands of gallons of glacier water melts from inside the mountains and opens up brand new caves. So, but that is a cave. So a cave in a mountain is underground, but it's still up. But yeah, it's distinct the possibility. So I believe Earth is toroid shaped, and we live on the outer ring. The closer to the center, more minerals, nutrients, longer life, no sickness. Well, I mean, Mike, the equator is rich and abundant, so um, that's certainly true. How fast is Sasquatch? I think there's a possibility, a strong possibility from an eyewitness accounting that I've heard, that they may very well be close to the fastest terrestrial animal on the planet. If they truly have run down what they call pronghorns in Montana, they call them speed sheep. If they've run down a pronghorn, pronghorns are actually the fastest terrestrial animal over any sort of distance. They can hit 70 miles an hour. Cheetahs can do like 71 or 72. So it's close, but pronghorns can maintain that 70-mile-an-hour speed for a good distance, and a cheetah cannot hold that for 20 seconds, maybe 30. A pronghorn can hold it for like 5 minutes. So who's faster? So it's arguable, but certainly the fastest terrestrial animal here in North America are the pronghorns. They're incredible, amazing, and apparently a Sasquatch ran one down once. So anyway, he doesn't believe Sasquatch exists and thinks you're a loony. Oh yeah, that's that's what Joe Rogan thinks. That's right. Well, I'd love to go head to head with him. So um, that's fine. Lots of people think I'm a loony. So um, no worries, brother. Bigfoot don't need speed. That's true, man. That's very, very true. Man, they are so smart. They are so dominated in places. Very true statement. Yes, I do understand that. Thank you, says Chicago. It can make itself invisible to you. Now you're pushing my paradigm. So cloaking is what I've heard it's been called. And yeah, I'm not convinced of that. So unless it's infrasound that stuns you. So I happen to work though with the lovely Ashley, that my Ashley Ann, that does a lot of work with me. And I think she's a pretty strong proponent of the cloaking theory. Maybe. She is. She likes that cloaking thing. So, which is another reason it's so awesome to cooperate with people that have different perspectives than yours, because she has her theory and she's trying to prove it, and I respect her theory and I try to disprove it. How can you disprove it though? It's really in her hands to prove it, and nothing makes me happier than to be proven wrong, except this last expedition. I got proven wrong with something, and it hurt my feelings. And it was the apples. There's a Sasquatch around. I know there was a Sasquatch around, and that little 8-inch track from an 8-year-old Sasquatch, he wouldn't touch my apples, and I was guaranteeing he was going to take them, and he didn't, and he schooled me. So, and I'll get more into that. You'll see more of that, but it did. It upset me. Todd, ever seen a pregnant Sasquatch? No, absolutely not. Rarely see females. So, no, didn't see a pregnant Sasquatch. I've never seen a baby, like an infant Sasquatch that couldn't walk. I only seen the little ones that move around. So, Jesse Price, my son is in Georgia and near the mountains. He said he heard loud noise at night. And that's cool. Loud noises could be a lot of things, though. It's, uh, interesting. So, if he knows his noises, and it was a loud primate noise, and there's a certain level that the Sasquatch can hit for loud noises that really is greater than most animals. So that's what really gets me going about it is the volume, the loudness of it. So as Andy says here, I am a full-time researcher. If you are passionate about the discovery of Sasquatch and you'd like to support my research, this is all I do. I am a Sasquatch researcher. So you can go to my Discovering Bigfoot website, or you can go to my Patreon page and make a monthly donation, only if you can easily afford it. So, and I'm very grateful for those that donate and help support this cause, because I am devoted to this cause. Nobody's going to argue that. Call me a loony or not. I'm the one that fought for species protection. I'm the one that fought the British Columbia government to recognize them. I'm the one that started that petition to recognize them in California. And this is something I'm very passionate about. If there's any failing in me, if there's anything you want to really complain about, I am very passionate about this discovery. I love this work. It's a magnificent job that I do, and I I will be doing this for the rest of my life. Doesn't matter how far along we get to start discovering Sasquatch and recognize them. I will always be involved in this. There'll always be a Sasquatch that is mentoring Todd Standing for the rest of my life, and it enriches me and just brings me up to a new level. So I feel so happy and blessed for that. I think they're smart enough to breed only when the safe. I agree. This is from Sandra Tacky. You know what? I totally agree. Sorry, as being wishy washy. I know they got to be smart enough to breed only when there's a safe place and food sources are available. You're most likely probably right. The thing is, I have no evidence to substantiate that at all. Like, I have nothing to substantiate that other than just knowing that they're incredibly intelligent and amazing beings. So, Los Angeles, Cali, hello, Little Green Valley, 102 people on here, 2 likes on the heads. Like it. It's all cool. Kelly Burns, Todd, when are you coming to Florida? Oh my God, I'd love to. Pensacola, Florida, represent. I'd love to go to Florida so badly. It's just right now I have to stick with my research area here in Canada. Um, Mike says they have powers that no others have. Totally agree. Um, Maybe they use caves in winter. I would think so. I think it's a pretty safe bet. So I can hear your beautiful children in the background. Yeah, sorry, Jeff. Well, I'm not sorry. I love my beautiful children. So, seen 2 red-haired, red eyes, real different types of or race. So Jesse Jones says seen 2 red-haired, red eyes. They're real different types or race. Hmm. Well, the male and females look different. I find the males have more facial hair. Males are bigger. There's sexual dimorphism significantly. Um, they are sometimes you see red. They look reddish, but it's just dark brown with sunlight, and but they are brown to black. I've seen that color dispersion. So, but if they're upright bipedal hominids, pretty safe bet you're looking at a Sasquatch. So, what do the boom do with their dead? Bury them or keep them in a safe place, put them in a safe spot. They've always done that. I just don't know where. So, trying to. In fact, I knew people in Oregon that I was working with, some amazing pair of gentlemen, very, very skilled, and they were looking for that. They were looking for a spot. They were looking for a place where they thought Bigfoot buried their dead, and they got tremendous resistance, and we just kind of gave up on that. especially because it ended up being. Wouldn't it be disrespectful to go into a place where the Sasquatch family leave their passed away ones? So, um, yeah, I just it's a hard thing. These are very sentimental beings, very connected to their family members, and yeah, it's a hard thing to do. I think you would really upset them. Is it worth it? Do you really want to piss off a group of Sasquatch, become a body snatcher to prove they exist? And my answer is I don't want to do that. So we're working on a different way of managing that. So yeah. Which members of ICP? Both. There's two, and it's just the two gentlemen. So yeah. Again, Derek asked which members of ICP. The two singers, the two guys, both. They're both coming on an expedition, and the guy with the blonde hair, he's the one that's kind of a fan and certainly a follower of mine. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So what a nice thanks, Randy. Randy says, "Hey Todd, you're a huge inspiration. Keep up the good work." Well, I will, and yeah, you're welcome. Uh, I love this stuff. I love doing these live shows. Um, this is so much fun, and yeah, things are awesome. So hey Todd, are you going to watch the new Predator movie on Hulu? I no, I'll watch it eventually. But they're cool. Like that, there's some real wilderness stuff in there. But man, that stuff, some of that's hard for me to swallow because I know the reality of wilderness and animals and stuff. So I don't know. I just don't like some of the stuff where they make bears and wolves and mountain lions seem like monsters, brutal killers, and bloodthirsty savages. It's not cool. They're beautiful beings, and they're in the ecology for a reason. They're keystone species, and I just don't like those kind of depictions, Hollywood stuff. Is it possible one could look right at them and see air? Well, I don't know. I don't follow the cloaking theory. I'm not into that yet. So, are you smarter than an eighth grader, Todd Russell? Right, right. But these aren't even eighth grade. This is an 8-year-old. So, but guys, this is my show for today. I got to cut a little bit short. Got lots of stuff to do. I am going to Detroit tomorrow, so I have to prepare for that. So, JJJ says, I think you will like the new Predator movie called Prey. Yeah, and maybe I will. So I look forward to doing that. So thanks so much for tuning in for the show today, ladies and gentlemen. There will be a live show next Wednesday, most assuredly. There'll be a Sasquatch Sunday. The podcasts with Kyle are going great. Lots of new stuff coming, lots of new things adding. So I'm back. I'm going to stay busy. Tons of new info coming out. The new documentary's coming out. I'm going to start busting my ass getting that finished up for that Conscious Vitality, newly named the Infinite Network. So thank you very much for tuning into the show today. It was a pleasure to have you watch. And until next time, take care of yourself.